Hey, what's happening, everybody? All right, I'm out in the garage tonight, so I'm trying a few things here. Got to do some work, so I'm going to go ahead and try this as best I can out here. Let's throw up the link. Hopefully, everybody's having a good evening and a good weekend. Am I out of focus? Hope not. Oh, there we go. All right. Pin the link. Alright, so let's bump back over here. Hey, what's happening, UP? Yo, stupid. Freaking, I gotta be backing up to this damn camera. My apologies. Link is posted. Hey, Dinas, what's happening? I need to label all my tools. Well, actually, it's all my nuts and bolts. I got a lot of nuts, so I need to do that, and I might as well bring you along. So I'm gonna throw some labels on in here. Hopefully, everybody's having a good day. I gotta make sure that I stay back enough from this camera because it freaks out every time I get too close. Unfinished projects, what's happening? Yeah, so this is actually an old pill cabinet from likely a hospital somewhere up in the thumb of Michigan, and I gotta put labels on everything because I got stuff. I already made the first one. It's a big ton of rivets. Might not be the most exciting thing anybody's ever seen, but hey, oh well, we got a lot of chats going. Sorry, let me jump in here real quick. Oh, hey, Mom M3, let me try to position myself so you can actually see me. And I don't freak the camera out so much. What's happening, Doug? The Duckster is here. Hey, Van Life, what's happening? I finished choppy audio on my end. I'll jump. Yeah, if anybody else is having trouble, let me know. Hey, Lauren, thanks for jumping in. Everybody's saying hi. Yeah, if there's any issues, let me know. Valkyrie, that would be Doug. That would be Herr Dogster. Half pint. Okay. Dexter, riveting yeah. It's gonna get nutty and bolty and electroconnecty and other random crappy. So or carpy, depending on where you actually are in what state. So yep. UP saying it looks like it's better now. So I'm gonna be a little harder for me to see the chats because I'm gonna be here. So someone has a question or wants to know something, let me know. I got this double-sided monstrosity. It's about 2 feet deep, about 3 feet wide, about 6 feet tall, and there's 180 bins in it. I think if I remember, it's ridiculous. 140, something like that, and it's just filled with nuts and bolts. It was filled with medication, and no, I did clean them out. There's nothing in here, so no, have no fear. Hey, Cam Fixes, thanks for rubbing in. How you doing? Appreciate you jumping on in. Yeah, I got this. This is an old double. Actually, I locked the wheel. Well, for those who don't know, I needed garage doors and I didn't want to buy one of those expensive cabinets. And this is a double-sided cart that you would put pills on in a hospital. So all these trays come out, and then the whole piece lifts off. It's not perfect, but for $100 it wasn't bad. It's a heck of a lot of storage and it's on wheels, and I have a little tiny garage, so it works out quite well. Hopefully it stays put. So I get back doing stupid stuff. See real quick here. You'll feel that it's already 85% filled. I just have to put labels on it so I know where the hell all my stuff is, so I can quit losing it, quit buying it 700 times over. It's gonna look straight. Yeah, it should be pretty fun. And it was there's a couple companies, Lista, Vidmar. They make some really nice equipment, and up here they're pretty common with being so close to the big three that they use them all at factories. But even used, they're people in our armored leg room. They're $500 to $1,500, and I just don't have the money for it. So this was my inexpensive way of doing it. I'll take 2 blue pills. We didn't have any in there, and there was some. What was left? It was. Lauren helped me clean this out. It was used. Let's just put it like that. Everybody's saying hi, Van Lives. I'll take 3 of them, and could you fill up every bin of them with hardware? They are 90% filled, but we'll start going through that as I start making labels. This first upper piece is rivets. I'm trying to keep light stuff up on top. Even though I think this might be heavier. So this is random interior hardware. And let's see. Like this is it's going to be sort of hard for you guys to see possibly, but this is old hardware from testing sensors and stuff like that. It's all Allen set screws and stuff. So you can make little bitty labels for each one of these. Exciting! Okay, so do. Yeah, I know this is going to be both riveting, and it really would help if I could spell. Let's see where we get space. How's everybody's weekend? So, printing. Can you hear it? Ooh, look, it's printing. Ooh. Now, but as long as I remember how to spell, I think I'll be okay. Let's see how I got here. I'm missing a couple of doing. Slimo saying, howdy gang. Heat wave today. I had to jump in Manny River. Oh, no, it's cold actually. Just the furnace just kicked off here. And I said, could you fill them? I have a lot of hardware. No. Yes, you can, but you have to buy your own. Sorry. Why can't lawyers take ED meds? Because it only makes them taller. Oh, God. All right, Doug, sir, that's it. You're cut off. Hey, Leonard, what's happening? Looks great, but just for hardware would be good for seals. Also, there's a little bit of everything in here, and there's more stuff on top which you probably can barely see. But it should be fine. Auctions, marketplace, and word of mouth deals for mechanics. Yeah, that's definitely it. It all kind of comes down to just you have to keep your eyes open and just keep looking, because I found something that should be picking up here in the near future that should be pretty cool. See what happens with that, but it's a lot of just constantly being on the lookout for stuff that's affordable and cool, which they don't always go together. Oh, Juan is in. Hey, Juan, thanks for jumping in. Chat is moving like crazy. No, everybody's saying hi, which is awesome. Yeah, definitely. If you see anybody in here that you don't know, because part of the fun of doing a live stream is trying to connect people to see each other's channels and find out new stuff that they might not have seen before. So, testing hardware. No, can I read my own writing? That's going to be the other fun part. No, I can't. Let's see what's in here. Oh, super tiny metric bulbs. Since I said the word metric, that means Dan will be in here soon. Let's see. Hold on, yep. On saying hi to everybody. Hey, Levi, what's happening? Yep, there's a couple Michiganders in here. Yeah, the furnace just went off in the garage. It's up in the corner there. It's that thing right there. Because it's not super cold yet, but I can't take the cold anymore. So I'm enjoying my furnace. That was the best thing I ever did. Hey, Never Duck, what's happening? How cold is it up where you are? Hey, Twisted Mower, what's going on? Oh, good Lord, we got a Dan.
What's up?
I'm putting labels on my bins.
Oh, nice.
Doug's saying tonight I found a 671 blower and a small block Chevy blower intake for $1,000. My bud is scooping it up Sunday. Nice.
Oh, lucky. Dang it.
Yeah. One, I'm not going to actually say that one out loud. Well, winter sucks, and I was sadly born in a region where cold is. Yeah. No, trust me, I am not enjoying my time in the land of cold.
Oh, how warm is it over there?
43, something like that.
Oh shit, you got a heat wave going on.
That's
I'm sitting
57 in the garage. The furnace just went off. So,
I'm sitting right around 14 outside.
well, you know, you are in the land. You are in the third ring of hell.
Yes. Though I do have insulation up on the ceiling now, so that's
You're
good.
getting all fancy.
Yeah. Now the only thing I have left is to drape my plastic tarp over to cut this thing in half, and I should be good.
See if I missed anybody here. It was 61 this morning. Now it's 34. That's which was in Mopar sign. Yeah, it's gonna start getting cold everywhere.
Yeah, it's free. I already have snow on the ground.
We had it over the weekend. It didn't stay. It was just a very, very mild, super mild dusting, and it was gone, thankfully. But
Yeah.
not fun. Not a fan. I just physically, I just can't take it anymore. As much as I used to love the cold, I just kills me. Kills me. Never word saying it was 41 where he's at. We will be in the Freeman Super Sunday swap meet in Indy. If anyone is there, meet up with us. What weekend is that? I will be in Indy, but it's going to be for PRI, which is the 11th to the 14th of December. So I don't have the funds. If it's like this weekend, I don't have the funds or the anything else to do that at the moment, unfortunately. Juan saying Twisted Mopar, Ohio. That's cold. How's your little? Oh no, Juan, keep it family friendly. December 1st. Unfortunately, I won't be able to do that. It's not that far. If Jim pops in, Jim from Jim's Fastback Garage, he is actually about an hour from Indy, so that might be something he's hitting up. I know there's some other guys in that general area, but I don't know off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Is that a pretty big swap meet, or these things are an absolute pain to peel? How's everything going in Danland?
Oh, pretty much just freezing my ass off like usual. Pretty much done nothing but insulation and putting
Well, you are,
plastic up on the windows.
yeah, Juan, I almost read it. I can almost bounce you too. Ha ha.
I did a poll the other day, a couple days ago, asking people what they wanted to see, and everybody wants to see me tear that thing apart.
Is that your other one you found?
Yeah, that's the free mystery motor off the side of the road with the big
Yeah,
old stacks.
yeah. Dan found a free engine in a ditch on the side of the road, and he says he's not the luckiest guy I know. I beg to differ.
Well, I mean, it's pretty well junk as far as I can see, but you know, there might be something worth something.
Yeah, scrap value is still scrap value. It's
Sure.
not like you need a fork truck. You just have your brother pick it up.
Well, yeah, no, me and Tom just got it on either side and hoisted her up. Yeah.
What's happening, old McDonald? He can read on occasion. On occasion, I can.
Yes.
Mom number 3, I just stopped in while getting ready for bed. Everyone have a great week. You too? How you guys go to bed before midnight? That's just nuts. What's happening, Envious Creations? Yeah, for anybody who's just jumped in, I got, this is an old pill cart from a hospital somewhere up in the thumb of Michigan. I would show you the map I put up yesterday that Tom gave me in, Ron gave me in No Name Nationals, but I can't switch everything around. Finally hung the darn thing. Very cool. So yeah, we picked this up for $100 in the thumb, and it's going to allow me to keep all of my hardware. Even there's space on top for some of the stuff that won't fit in the bins. This is what a lifetime of working on cars gives you, is a giant supply of shit.
Yeah.
I needed someplace to put it.
See, I go for the old coffee can myself. Just everything, just fucking in the
Yeah,
coffee.
I don't drink coffee, and I need about 1,000 coffee cans, so it'll be a little complicated. Just a hair. Oh, sorry, am I saying hi? I just want to. Us old people fall asleep too fast. Yeah. No, Juan, I don't fall asleep. I almost never sleep. So, hey Dan, someone said, hey Dan, doing double denim. Double denim. Sorry.
No. One's flannel. One is my fuzzy flannel. And then I got the denim.
You're not wearing
Because
a pickle tuxedo?
no.
Denim on denim is a Canadian tuxedo, so.
Well, I'm not Canadian, so
You're Canada adjacent. Give me that stuff.
no.
You are, whether you want to be or not, you can see Canada. It ain't that far away from where you are. Especially way the hell up where you live there.
It's like 3.5 hours away from Canada.
Like I said, I can see Canada from the end of my street. And I say, well, normally I would be in bed, but I'm off for 4 days, plus weekend. Hey, look at you.
Nice.
Man, these things are an absolute SOB to peel apart.
Yeah. Well, you got a fancy little label maker there, or what?
I borrowed it from Lauren. It's one of those brother P-Touch things.
Uh-huh.
Makes it easier if I can get the freaking stickers apart, but you know. Airboard, I'm using a couple old plastic silverware trays from a restaurant for my random hardware. Yeah, I've been collecting it, and I part out enough vehicles that I literally have hardware, and some of it is extremely useful. And then when my uncle unfortunately passed away, I collected a lot of his hardware, and he had stuff that was straight from GM, like never been on a car, straight from GM. So
Nice.
the Chambler is a lot of new old stock GM parts, nuts and bolts.
It's basically a brand new car at this point.
In certain areas, yes. Certain areas, not so much. And everyone has 4 days off. A lot of people do, yeah, thankfully. Levi saying, if I can get the ramp truck running and road driving by March, it's going to the No Name Nationals. Nice.
Fucking 4 days off. I wish I had 4 days off. That'd be nice.
Every day is a day off for you. What are you talking about?
Yeah, right. I fucking had to go in yesterday on my day off. Like my only day off.
Groceries wait for no man. I don't know what to tell you.
Wow. The only reason I went is because I got time and a half on Sunday. I get time and a half.
That's what happens.
Yep. What are you willing to bet that the inside of that motor, like underneath the oil pan, is completely rusted?
Well, depending on how long it was in the ditch for, yeah.
I mean, the top, the valley, and everything is completely rusted. Just whether or not it got fully down into down in there, I don't know.
Yeah, and Doug's throwing out more dad jokes.
More dad jokes.
Mm-hmm. Yep. I hit the wrong button. Curses.
What you hit the wrong button for?
I'm not used to this thing. I have one of the lights off in the garage too to try not to glare right into the camera, so light is a little bit different than normal. Dan, get 4 more people in the garage with you and it'll warm up.
I know it. Well, I got my tiny little fish heater here. Whatever it is, the fish house heater.
Oh, you got your ice shanty heater going?
Yep. And I got my insulation up on the ceiling now. So that's good. Only on half the ceiling though. That half is still completely open.
Well, just make sure you sit on the half that's insulated.
Well, that's what I'm doing. Like I said, I'm gonna tarp off. The other half I'm not using. Yeah, 14 degrees. That's kind of an abrupt, drop in temperature. I'm not gonna lie. We were sitting around, 40, 30. Now it's just
You should try to start it, Dan. I think he
that.
means the engine.
Oh shit! That
And they're
it
more
don't
saying
even rotate.
just fire up the engine for 15 minutes. It'll be totally warm and asphyxiated. Oh, we have
Hey, how you
Juan and his
everyone?
flavor saver.
Oh, Atlanta.
Yeah, the flavor shot guy.
Was
No,
that
flavor saver.
Texas flag behind you? What is that?
Oh, this is the Puerto Rican flag,
Oh, is it?
and I have 6% hat and stickers.
FE.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not,
not too
I'm
long ago.
not
Oh, yeah,
gonna win
there's.
beauty contest, but that's the promo.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Dougster does have a point. Not that long ago, you were anti-insulation.
Ah, because I had a supply of waxy cardboard and regular cardboard. My cardboard supply is now no longer a supply.
Yeah, he's on Tifa, and then he agrees to it. He just gotta say no, and then yes. Kind of like a woman. That's down for you.
I mean,
No,
if I could have actually had all the cardboard stuff I did on that wall, I would have done on this stuff too. But I no longer have access to all that free shit.
Yeah, that's the point of board. Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, Juan is my own personal merchandise model. The only thing is, Juan, you're actually you're repping stuff I don't have anymore. I got new stuff that's eventually going to be coming. So
Well, the models always get the good stuff first, so I'll be waiting for it. Can make other pictures though. Always.
yeah, you can be my underpaid, or you can be my non-paid spokeshuman.
Ah, if it's for you, I'm willing. I'm willing. So
Come apart.
what are friends for, right?
Yeah, I did get that grinder that you sent me.
Oh.
The ad for, so I got it in the mail. I got to open it, and I'll probably do a quick video on it. I thought up a new series of stupid things to do on shorts. So.
Oh yeah, I'm noticing that you're doing great on short 6%.
No, the shorts are everybody's kind of getting hit right now. It's interesting in that boot camp thing I'm doing, the YouTube thing. There's a lot of people that are getting really bad results right now that have 10 million times the subscribers any of us do. Things are shifting.
Yes,
Really bad results and what?
There's something coming through with the algorithm, and I don't really know enough about it to do anything more than speculate. So it's kind of there's been some stuff, and I guess a lot of people are migrating from TikTok, and then unfortunately for us in the automotive world, when all those guys from Motor Trend start their own channels and stuff gets really rocking in the spring, we're gonna have a lot of competition.
They already started their channels.
Mm-hmm.
They've had their channels going for a while now.
I know, but the level to which it's going to increase. So.
Well, I have heard that always when there's a will, there's a way. So keep them coming, but everyone from TikTok is switching up to YouTube. Everyone is coming here.
You sick, Juan?
Not sick, just resting. And I'm in my bed comfy. I don't think anyone will like to see me like that.
Your voice sounds different.
My voice, man. Yeah, I'm doing way better, but how different? For the good or the bad?
Neither, just different.
Yeah. Well, maybe I have to show my face eventually. Let me see. Sorry for the image, folks. Woo.
What in the wine?
Yeah.
The wine?
Juan is tired right now. Let me relax. But yes, I have lost. I look way thinner now. Maybe not noticeable on video, but I'm looking better. So
That's good.
yeah,
Yeah, good for you, Juan.
yeah.
Good for you. The only good grinders are the ones you can. Yeah, well, that's a different. Levi said, I don't make money from YouTube, so if it dies, I'm just gonna keep being a hot rod without videos. The video, I slowly working things up. I can't do as much as I'm doing without it, and I need something to do. So that's part of why I started. I just wanted to pay for some of the bills. That'd make me happy. Same here, Levi. Neverboard's joining OnlyFans. I wonder if there's like an Only S10s. Like if there's a.
That sounds like a movie I don't want to watch.
Oh, I don't want to watch it.
I should make an OnlyFans. That'd be hilarious.
Oh no!
No,
With
like
your
we
brother?
said, you need to make an Only Dance.
Only dance.
Only Dance.
No,
The
that's
dance.
too discriminatory. Everybody should be able to view it.
What
Just
about,
have like
Only
weird
Dance
shit
and
on
stuff?
there.
No, anybody
Just, like,
can view it,
random
but
pictures.
only Dance can be on it. Anybody can watch it.
Oh no! No. It sounds good. It sounds good on paper, but not in reality. No way. Well,
I'm not interested, but
no.
Well,
No.
it depends on what you use it for. You don't. I mean, it doesn't have to be for like explicit, shit. Maybe I just want to like put up pictures of sandwiches up there or something. Maybe people would be interested in it.
Well, you look like a sandwich, so I am not going with that. So I don't want to see a sandwich putting spark plugs on a Mustang.
that would be entertaining if a sandwich could put spark plugs on a Mustang.
It's true.
Juan broke the camera as soon as it came in here. Well, no, he's in Juanito.
Oh,
McDonald.
Oh,
That was
oh.
looked like Gene
Oh.
Simmons on a deathbed. Come on,
God
McDonald.
damn.
That's just,
Shots fired.
well, Levi, I don't even think I can say this. I'll leave it up there for a second. I'm gonna have to take it down.
Well, I'll show my brown eyes for what?
Yeah. Well, if you say it, that's one thing. But I say it to something else.
Hey, how you know that, Doc?
You've been scrolling through there one day and you found
Doc,
that
sir,
one?
I don't. Doc, sir, they can
Lady on
compromise your marriage, you know.
There is a lady who has OnlyFans page for her hearse. Yes, actually, I've seen her on VinWiki. He's not lying.
Yeah, see? You could start an OnlyFans.
Oh,
Yeah.
there you go, Dan. It's my drawer of self-tapper.
Hey.
Nope, just drop one. Oh, hell.
And yeah, the sound I use the mic when I'm on the laptop. This is with the phone, so.
Oh, maybe that's it.
Only Dan's. Kim saying Levi's backyard performance. If it, there isn't much I wouldn't do if it paid the bills, but there is a limit to at least what I would, tell you guys about. Neverboard, posting pictures of food is a real thing, Dan. People get paid for it. That is true.
That's what I'm saying.
Well, they hire a cockeye to watch over fruity fruits at the, at the local shop. That's where he works at. So she's getting.
People are dismissing my idea here, but I'm telling you, it could be the next big thing.
Yeah.
People would religiously go to my OnlyFans, once or twice a week to see the brand new sandwich pic. I guarantee you.
Yeah. You would comment.
Doug's saying he knows the hearse lady from VinWiki. Yeah, she's actually on Instagram. She popped up as an Instagram person, so I followed her.
And you followed that. Oh, no.
Yeah, she has a hearse. It's a car, Juan. I like cars, and she isn't hard to look at either. He was saying, Kim, this stuff is expensive. $1's a dollar. Yeah, well, like you said, $20 is $20. So.
Yep.
And yeah, the Puerto Rican looks like Gene Simmons. Haters.
Yeah, dying Gene Simmons. There's a don't bury the lead, Juan.
That was
No,
funny.
Dan. Not all of us find engine blocks on the side of the road. So come on.
You're just not looking hard enough. I mean, it
Yeah.
wasn't hard to miss.
The only thing on the side of the road that I see lately is homeless people in Detroit. So unfortunately,
Well, they're the ones stealing all the engine blocks. You gotta get Pickle down there and straighten that out.
Oh,
that is true.
yeah. And what do you have of those drawers? Nail polish, blue, black, and yellow. Pants.
What?
Yeah, the metal drawers on your back. What you're hiding there?
Metal drawers?
Yeah,
You mean the storage bins? They're plastic.
it's fantastic.
They're plastic one. Like this
It's
one has
fantastic.
peppers in it.
Yeah. Oh man, that plastic. How much?
It was
did you-
$100 one. It's better than a listed cabinet at 1,000. So
Well, yeah. For 100, yeah.
no, there's 100 and I think it's 140 or 160 bins, and I don't have it quite full, but it's damn near full.
Your lost tooth, your wisdom tooth, your childhood tooth.
I have to combine this into another drawer. I had too many bulbs. Three at 16. Yeah, so what else we got going? Oh, you guys are yapping here. Let me check back up here. Donald's saying you can't be in a hearse and called being woke at the same time. Well, no, then you wouldn't be waking up at all at that point. Someone get to the scrapyard was several 100 pounds light and was confused.
Yeah.
It's possible.
He looks like a Bud Light. That guy. He's dressed in blue too.
Kim saying Levi's backyard performance, a literal dollar isn't worth a distraction. I've known people who do full-time only Dan style content and all the money is side work, which is more. Yeah. I think she's saying shake your moneymaker, Dan.
I mean, I do have various jackets that people seem to be interested in. Maybe I'll
It is true. Your clothing does strike up a live stream conversation.
Mm-hmm.
That is very true. You definitely are. You have that covered. Yeah, I think about half of that live stream is about your jacket.
It was.
And
I noticed the same amount of love is not said for my jean jacket, though, which really.
No, it's because you're in a Canadian tuxedo, Dan.
Yeah. Bud Light.
Lonely old men out of their retirement. Yeah. So people are dying for a ride in the hearse. That's true, but it's a one-way trip.
Yeah. Well, good job, Doc. Seems you have been
improving, man. Carburetor spacers kept goofing. Yeah, he did make his own. He made Doug Nollick carburetor spaces.
Yeah. The spacer whisperer.
Yep.
So no hat, no stickers. What's gonna be next? Coffee mug?
No, hat, stickers. Working on some better shirts. Well, you'll see. Well, you won't see more. You'll see at least the newer hats.
Well, I hope that
in about 13 subscribers, you'll see the newer hats because that'll be 2,000. So.
Oh man, you're 13 away.
Yep.
Hells yeah.
Yeah.
And about 28,000 views away from 1 million views.
Wow.
It's getting there. Right. Kim likes your jacket, Dan.
Boy, thank you. I'm glad somebody does.
Those wooden spacers are from the Dougster Speed Emporium brand. Shouldn't that be Dougster's Wolverine Speed Emporium brand? TM.
Dan, I thought you smoked because you had like one or two laying around. I don't think that's the same one.
I did what?
Oh man, the smoking. I thought you were smoking because you had like some of them laying around. Is that a thing that now literally you're smoking full time?
Well, once every Monday.
Yeah,
Well,
I'm contributing
not
to
every
Dan's.
Monday, but
But I don't think that's the same cigar you had last time, right?
well, no, they don't last, for days. One, they last for like maybe hours.
Yeah,
Yeah.
never forget one. Sometimes a cigar is just a cigar one.
Puerto Rican cigars are another thing, so not the same.
Are they better
Yeah,
than Cuban cigars?
No, they are their own category. I cannot say they're better than Cuban, but they're, let's say, they're second to none, being the Cuban the first one. It's like literally smelling perfume. So,
Well, I don't know. Growing up in Tampa, there was a lot of people who rolled cigars that were from Cuba. So, never been a cigar guy, but probably put the Tampa cigars up there.
I mean,
Doug is saying it's Wolverine Speed and Performance LLC.
oh,
smoking perfume just doesn't sound very enjoyable. Juan.
no, it's just the quality of the whatever they use to roll them up, the
Tobacco.
tobacco. Yeah,
Yeah.
you cannot make that type of tobacco here in the U.S. That's something more on Puerto Rico and Cuba. Maybe Dominican Republic, maybe Miami, but it has its place. It's the
Yeah,
quality.
well, soil and climate have a lot to do with all that
Hmm.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Puerto Rico, you can literally the soil is good for everything and anything. So it's just the Caribbean. So there's no strawberries.
No strawberries.
No,
Well,
because it's supposed to, that's for colder temperatures. But we have a lot of good stuff. Dude, Puerto Rico is even they're doing like mango, and the mango is so good that they import it to Europe because we don't even want to buy it. It's so good that the quality, they send it to Europe and they're selling for 25 to $50 each mango. And because we receive the Dominican Republic or Miami, we pay way less for it. So we even threw ourselves out of our own market.
way to go, Juan.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Kim, you'll find them if you're in here for any length of time. We basically make fun of everybody, so don't take anything personally.
oh yeah, yeah. It's just
Nobody's off
folks.
the table.
Yeah,
No, especially me.
especially me.
You bring it on yourself, just like we all do, Juan.
Well, you sounded kind of weird there.
At least you throw yourself under the bus. That's convenient. That way we don't have to lift.
Uh,
Oh,
but yeah, what that engine? I don't think it came with horns, right?
what?
It's not the Devil's V8, Juan.
Well, it seems so, but
It's
that's not the
yeah,
point.
no, that's factory right there.
Yeah, it's
What
that
a lot
special.
of nonsense.
It's a special zero ground clearance issue Mustangs. They came like that.
Yeah. Yeah, she's locked up solid. So
Are you gonna put some restore and protect oil?
what's that?
Restore and protect that. I'm just making a joke.
We're gonna tear it down eventually. Whenever
No,
I get the
nice.
ambition
But
to
are you gonna?
see what's in it. I have no idea. It's a mystery motor.
But
No idea what's in it.
but if it's stuck, can you rotate it?
Oh no,
Like,
yeah, no, it's stuck. She's locked solid.
oh, okay. Have you tried
Yeah.
putting some ATF and maybe some a little kerosene and oil, whatever
Or
you may have? Hmm.
well, no, I mean that's good, but I think I'm just gonna go with this solution.
That's hey, show that hammer.
A framing
Well,
hammer?
well, yeah,
That's your solution is a framing hammer.
Yeah, but that's the
the
best tool.
pistons will come out of there one way or another.
That's the best
Uh-huh.
tool I have seen from Dan.
Huh?
That's the best tool I have seen in your hand.
What,
It's
a
the
hammer?
hammer, and next to the hammer will be the wrench from that 6% gave you.
All right. Funny story about this hammer, right? So
Let me
I
see
used
the
to work.
brand.
I used to work at Menards,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Yeah.
No,
And
you stole that from Menards. Okay.
no, I didn't steal it.
You saw
Uh-huh.
it on the trash, or you saw it
Technically.
misplaced and you took it home, right?
Well, no, like okay. So at Menards, we had tool belts. Like we had to wear tool belts with a bunch of different tools in it, out in the lumberyard section, and yeah, everybody carried a hammer, right? But I wanted to carry the biggest hammer, so I literally went and got the biggest hammer I could find, and carried it around just because it was bigger than everyone else's. That was
So
like,
that's your compensation hammer. Okay.
yeah,
Yeah.
this was compensation hammer. But I tell you what, this thing has come in plenty handy. I've used it for all kinds of shit.
But can we see the brand of it? Can you make Dan
I
bigger
don't know.
than he is?
Eh,
Any
Yeah,
possibility?
hold on a sec.
I
No,
don't even
that's
know if
not
you
a
make it
brand.
anymore. Dead on. There you
That
go.
is not.
So
That is
you
not
stole a $100 hammer from your previous employer, Dan?
Well,
Because those things
I
aren't cheap.
deserved it.
I don't work for the crap, but they're not cheap.
I mean, I didn't pay no $100 for that. I'll tell you that right now.
Well, I know you just you went like this, took it off the shelf, put it in your tool bag, and was like, "Hey, look at this."
No,
My name is
no.
No.
Pickle. My name is Pickle. Look at this hammer.
Look, okay, if you're gonna steal something from a store, okay, the way to
Uh-huh.
do it is you go get the thing you want, then you look for something that is similar to it but a lot less expensive, and you just swap the tags around. You go up and you scan the.
You're not entering my house.
What you're saying
Dan.
is not an endorsement by the 6% society. Thank you very much.
You're not welcome to my house, Dan.
Well, yeah, I just ran
That
out of
way you at
labels.
least you at least feel a little bit better, because you go through the register and everything. So
Yeah, you're full of it. You're full
Oh
of
yeah, yes,
yourself.
you're a little bit less of a thief. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're only a misdemeanor criminal, not a felonious criminal.
that's right.
Mhm.
So I was saying, hey Six, I saw a TV show about the Michigan Triangle and the lake to your west. Is it real? And did all the stuff that disappeared end up in your garage? No, and maybe.
No, and maybe.
Mm.
But in which order, I can't tell you.
Oh.
He won't reveal his secrets like I do.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to teach anybody how to steal. So it's just not my thing, Dan.
No, that's a no-no. And that's ran out of time or ran through out of time? Which one, Dan?
Ran out of time.
Okay. Well, there's a lot of dots in there, so.
Well, you put a lot of dots in, it represents a pause.
No, just one dot represent a pause.
No. You put in multiple dots,
No.
that way they know it's a pause.
One
I'm
dot
sorry
is a
for your
period,
teacher.
multiple dots is a pause.
Yes.
And it may continue.
I try to type, the way I speak. So there's a lot of this action going on in most of my sentences.
You identify yourself as a keyboard.
No, I don't own a keyboard.
Okay.
I literally don't own a keyboard one. It's all on my phone.
Yeah, smart guy.
Telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Starlink. You're gonna have Starlink too, so you can write yourself up.
What? Starlink? Is that
Yeah.
what you said?
Yeah.
No, I don't have
No,
Starlink.
Dan does not have Starlink.
I don't have internet, Juan.
Hmm.
Dan ain't got
Again,
time for that stuff.
I have a phone. The phone has internet. Why would I pay for separate internet when the phone already has it? That's just wasting money.
You're the best philosopher of the 21st century. You know.
Hey, you said it, not me. I just agree with you.
Mm-hmm. Of course they do. Who needs philosophers when there's Andy?
I mean, I couldn't tell you one. I don't think anyone does.
Yeah, Doc. Yeah. Spooky stories in the triangle. Ooh. Hopefully not this one.
To answer that one, Simon, I live near there. Moo. That's how cool stuff winds up in my garage. But I seriously do live near the triangle of Lake Michigan. Yeah.
What, Michigan has a triangle?
Well, you got to remember,
Are you
Michigan has
just
some of the basically the largest bodies of fresh water. I mean, it's basically we have an ocean of fresh water.
yeah, but are you just appropriating the Bermuda Triangle and
There
calling it
are
a Michigan
triangles
triangle?
everywhere. Bermuda's just the most famous, the most
Yeah.
well known, I should say. Spooky stories in the triangle. Yeah, it's mostly, in all likelihood, it's an eddy current or a whirlpool, and things get sucked into it. And there's actually, this was a long time ago, but I watched, they did some testing on how something could sink in like the triangle. It's different weird currents underwater can actually suck things down, and they just disappear. Doesn't explain airplanes though, or any other stuff.
Yeah.
Juan.
Juan. No. I'll do it, Juan. Thank you, Juan. This is a pause with a cause.
I was hoping you were going to
Exclam-
scream the last
And what
word.
happened to the yeah? Words were in capital letters and exclamation symbols.
It's yelling, Juan.
Yeah, if you use all capitals, it's yelling.
Yeah. Can you say again?
If you use all capital letters, then it's yelling, Juan.
No. I want someone that 6%. Can you read that comment again? Like you're supposed to.
Like you're supposed to.
This is a pause with a cause.
No.
That's how it's written, Juan. That's how it's supposed to be read.
Cause. At least.
Calls, Juan, calls. Cause I tell you so, Juan, calls.
Juan calls.
Just all the hot air blowing between Dan, Tom, and Doug. It's possible.
Could be.
This is not yelling. Yeah, oh, sorry. I'll do it. This is not yelling. This is yelling, Juan!
Yeah. Well, he
Just
didn't
repeat
roll
that
one
again.
there. So he muted himself. I think he's going to the bathroom, folks.
I mean, he's gone.
Yeah.
Oh my god. 6% Grash.
Give it. What's
No,
up?
sorry. My label maker took a shit, so
Ah,
I was trying to see if the person who loaned it to me had any more of the tape, and that would be a big fat no. So
the big fat noob.
I'm gonna have to order that, and then I'll have to do this again sometime. So Look at how far I didn't get. Hey,
Hey, that's progress a man could be proud of.
Yeah.
I got 1/8 of the way through it. There's a whole other side with all kinds of hardware in it, so it's good times. Did you start another cigar, Dan?
That's the
Hey,
question
Mark.
I did ask actually.
I took the wrapper off.
6% read it properly. Yeah, I know. I'm good, Doug. You can always
I
come in
said
here and
read it
pause for that.
properly. Hey,
Mm.
what's
Hey,
going
what's
on
happening?
tonight?
Hi there, Tom.
We're harassing Juan because he doesn't understand punctuation and pauses and capitalization of my
I
grocery manager.
don't
And
understand that.
I was labeling bullpens, but I ran out of the label maker tape, so that's on pause. So what's everybody doing for Thanksgiving?
Uh, don't you know that you can write on a paper? You know, use some scissors, put a
Have no
tape
fear, the
over it.
Dutcher's here.
Yeah,
Hi,
tell him what's
Doc.
going on, Doug.
Duck. Who's there?
Hey, Juan, has anybody ever told you you're not always the brightest bulb?
I don't know. Maybe you can shove it somewhere else.
No, they won't glow like that one.
Yeah, inside of you, maybe.
Oh, Lord. Hey, what's happening, Duggar?
Not much.
Come on, Doug.
Speaking of bulbs, when did bulbs get absolutely insanely priced? I seen
After
bulbs the other day, two like 1157 bulbs, and they were like two for $20 or like 18 something.
that's if they're LEDs.
Sometime between the past 4 years, Doug.
Yeah,
Here's your
probably
question.
I know.
down beyond
they
that.
last. Duck. Now they last longer.
Well, I think Juan's partly right because there's not as much demand for them, so there's not as much supply of them. They're not making as many, so they're going to go up. But also, everything we buy is 50% more expensive than it was 4 years ago. So
No, they're not
Take it with a
expensive.
grain of salt.
Our money's worth less.
Our money is worth less. Juan
Our
is
money's
correct
worth
on this
less,
one.
and they're more expensive.
it's a combination, yes.
The
It's not
double
just one
whammy.
thing; it's both.
But
Yeah.
if you're gonna buy a light bulb, try to buy it maybe not one, not a single, buy two. Maybe it will
What if
be
you
a
only need
less.
one light bulb, Juan?
Usually that's for the car. You should replace. If you replace the left side, replace the right side too. That's
Now they're not like wheel bearings, Juan. You can do one at a time.
no.
Yeah.
There's computer in newer cars for that reason. Don't do that. If you
Well,
can,
I mean,
if you are able.
everything's cheaper in quantity. Of course, it would be more cost effective to buy the gigantic box, but
No,
if you
no.
only replace 3 bulbs, then you have a whole box worth of blah 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 bulb that maybe one day you'd be able to go to your friend and go,
No.
"Need a bulb? Here."
Like you guys don't price around, right? If you go to Walmart and you see the same bulb for a car LED one, you see the single and the one that's the 2-pack, and you will see the price difference. I'm not saying you to spend like $1,000 for 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 100
Or you
bulbs.
just
Like,
you go
come
to the
on.
junkyard and for the $1 entry fee, you grab a bunch of bulbs.
Well, that too.
I think you two are talking about car light bulbs, and me and him are talking about like house bulbs.
I'm talking about automotive bulbs.
Oh,
Yeah,
are
Yeah,
you?
it's Doug.
Yeah,
It's
he's
Doug,
talking about
sir.
Okay.
bulbs.
Because when you said like giant package, I'm just imagining like the big pack of light bulbs. Like,
Well, not the. Are you thinking of like the? Yeah, I know what you're talking about. No, like I remember going and just everything used 1157 bulb. At one time, that was like the bulb. So I would literally go buy them by the box. 75, 100 to a box or whatever the count was. That was the cheapest way to buy them, and you always had them because they went in everything.
Mm,
We
but
can still. It sucks for you too, Slimo, but it sucks more because 4 years ago our money was. Well, actually, since 1913, our money's been worth less and less. Our money's worth about 10 cents on the dollar, technically, but that's a whole other conversation we're not actually going to have right now.
it takes 2
But
pennies to make a penny. That's where we're at.
They're not even copper anymore.
Well, just no. This is not to get into. It's getting into detail, but not the stuff that you don't want to go into. Basically, there's an inflation of 3% a year. So if you stack them up year by year, there you go, and you can make your math. But that's
One of the
basically
worst things our currency ever did was got taken off of the gold standard.
Gold standard.
yeah.
If we
yeah,
were still on
1978
gold
was it?
standard, we would have a much stronger dollar.
Yeah.
But
So
Yeah, but
base
you're also
war or something.
you're neglecting the Federal Reserve Act of 1913, which is when everything stopped being what it used to be.
Mm-hmm.
That was when it really started going sideways.
But yeah. So that's the rule of thumb, like 3%. Maybe it can be a
JFK
year
was
2,
trying to
4.
put us back onto the gold standard before his untimely demise. So far that they're actually Kennedy era gold certificate $5 bills made. And if you own one of those, you are a very wealthy individual.
But yeah, well, Doug, if things go back as supposed to, maybe not the gold standard, we could go a long ways, but we have to see about how things are applied to. So
Yeah, and Tom, it's not about that. It's the fact that because the money's not backed by anything of any real value. That's
Right.
why the inflation's gone so ridiculous, because
Right.
it's gotten off of something that had intrinsic value. Basically, we're all IOUs.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Price with the
So
dollar also. Mm-hmm.
when you had bills that were actually from gold standard era, you had gold certificates and you had silver certificates.
Yes.
I mean, I have some, but I dig them out. But I can actually show you silver certificates, and it says right on the money, it says "Pay to the bearer on demand, this denomination in silver."
Yeah.
So if I got a $2 silver certificate, I can get $2 in silver because it's and then likewise in gold.
Yeah, but
Technically, silver is a little bit more of value to a person because it can be used as a medication and medicine as well. So silver
Yes.
has more usefulness to a human being, but gold has more value.
Yeah, wearing silver is actually healthy for you. Not cheap silver, Dan. Real silver.
Hey.
I'm sorry, Dan.
No, Doug. Just because a man bought all his jewelry at the gas station in New Mexico does not mean
Hey, now.
Okay, that was Juan's turn.
Wow.
Wow.
Right now, a slide whistle sounder would be perfect
No,
right
no,
now.
no. No,
Yeah,
don't
why
get it
haven't you gotten on that yet?
fixed. He
I got
didn't get
things
his
to
jewelry
do.
at the gas station. He got his jewelry at the head shop.
That was funny. But yeah, basically that with the dollar and silver is now it's less money than gold. For some reason, it's way lesser than the past. And what I wanted to say is that the
Well,
dollar also was
some of my
correlated. Can you let me finish this one? It's just that before I forget, it's just but basically the dollar also was going along with petrol products or the gas, whatever you
Yeah, the
guys call it.
petrodollar.
Yeah, so it's no longer even with that. Hopefully, we get back to that and things should be good. Go ahead, Doc.
Oh, I just had the same problem you do. I forgot what I was gonna say.
Yeah, man.
Well,
I
gold
remember.
does
We're
have
getting
more
old.
manufacturing value than silver does, but silver has more medicinal value than gold. It's weird. They have more value for a certain reason, but that's not
I
here nor
remember what
there.
I was going to say. I have Morgan dollars from the late 1800s to the early 1900s, and they are an ounce of 900 fine silver. So that means that 1,000 fine of it is stuff to balance the metal, but it's impressively thick. It's a good sized coin.
I just would say keep it because it may go back very close to gold as it was. Maybe.
Well, I think right now silver's like $30 an ounce or something like that. Last I checked was September, but
Yeah,
I
I
was
think
buying
Simo's right.
silver at $15 an ounce.
I think Simo's right though. A couple gold teeth would be excellent.
Yeah.
They
Oh
would
yeah,
be, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah,
Dentists like to
that's
keep
what
that
you can go
gold.
do.
No,
You can go
dentists,
scout out. You can go scout out people who have gold teeth,
dude.
and then just
Dentists do that. They
Or
they
you could
like
be
to
like,
keep that
or you could
gold
be
and
like
silver.
rappers and have jewels, have your teeth drilled and have jewels inlaid in your teeth.
yeah, that's dumb.
Yep.
I agree.
Well, I think Dan just needs a silver tooth. The one from the gas stop station, you know. Maybe he got a freebie one. He's stacking up.
Anything's possible. Got to get one of those grills the rappers wear. Yeah, get the full set. Yeah, Old McDonald's made out of plastic.
It's fantastic.
Damn.
Plastic fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Does
Old
it sound
McDonald's.
familiar?
Been eating a lot of
You can
margarine
take
or
his
what?
hand, but and taking everywhere. You know, imagination is your creation. Oh, okay, someone got it.
It's a whole lot of rhyming, Juan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know exactly what he's talking about, but I'm just pretending like I don't know.
What are we battling about? Sorry, I was looking for something.
It's not
No,
important.
keep them lost. Keep them lost.
It's not important.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
All you are doing with Doug is making the mortician wealthy. Take it easy, Levi. Thanks for jumping in tonight, man.
Levi's. Take care. God
It
bless.
means I'm killing. Ha
Ah.
Hi-yo.
So you finished polishing up your tunnel ram yet, Doug?
The outside of the tunnel ram's all polished up. I have still to go back and do the other side of the tunnel ram, or port matching the top to the bottom.
Yes, Tom.
Have you tried the top on both ways to see which way it lines up
Yep.
closest?
I've already done that. I lined it up both ways to get the best port match to begin with. Then I didn't scribe it, I just used Sharpie. And I made a Sharpie mark indicating that these need to be together. And then, each time I take it on and off, I put it on that direction. And I got half of because my D ports are about that far apart from each other. I got that whole 4 section done, and I still have the whole other side to do.
Nice.
For the
Wait,
actual
Doug,
You just
why
bolt
did you
it
use
together
a
and
Sharpay?
porting it. What? Go ahead.
Why did Doug use a Sharpay to mark out the tunnel ram? I didn't know dogs, you could use them to mark shit. What the?
Yeah, I can use a Sharpay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why not?
It was a shit thing, but I had to get out there.
That's Sharpies in French, are they not? Sharpay.
You press
Sharpay.
hard enough, you can mark
Sharpay.
anything with anything.
Sharpay.
So you just bolt it all together and just port it while it's all.
Well, at first, what I'll be doing, what I do is I go by feel. I'll put it together. I'll feel, and then this
Feel
section
what?
needs work. Take it out, and then I'll get it neighborhoody off of the unit. Then I'll put it back together, and then once they're close, then I'll actually put the whole thing together and then blend the whole thing, both sides together.
What kind of surface finish are you using? Are you using like a rough finish or?
All intake runners are done in high performance 60 grit.
Now that we're talking, it's not about carburetors, but anyone in the panel or in the chat, if you're gonna change the rotor on a Dodge or Chrysler vehicle, any rotors aftermarket that anyone would suggest? Meaning good metal, not the cheap stuff.
Well, on an old Chrysler, you could probably go out and find like NOS distributor buttons that were made of the good stuff. Like I have 2 boxes of NOS brass tip Chrysler ignition rotors that I bought from an auto parts store antique auto parts store that went out of business.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the new stuff. Thanks for that, but Dodge Challenger, Chrysler 300. If anyone suggests a good
There
aftermarket,
wouldn't be a rotor on those. They're distributorless.
I was just about to say they're distributorless.
You mean you're not talking
brake rotor?
happen rotor? You're talking
Oh, you're
where
talking
the brakes
okay.
are
sorry.
put.
yeah,
Oh,
Yeah.
brake
Sorry,
rotor.
Juan.
yeah.
Sorry about the misunderstanding. But
You start talking distributor, I'm just like, what?
Yeah, I
Well,
thought-
I was talking. I thought I heard rotor. I heard this. Okay.
yeah, I followed Doug down the path of the rotors. That rotor, not this rotor.
I knew what you were talking about right from the start, Bob.
Okay, good. Oh yeah, check the inflatable flame.
One, I mean, within reason, anything as long as it's been properly treated is fine. You'd be better off not getting something directly from the parts store. Like, don't get the cheapest thing, but you're gonna be lucky to get something decent. I mean, Power Stop makes good stuff. EBC makes good stuff.
But the Powers thing, how was the brand that you said that began with
Power
Power?
Stop.
Power Stop. I
Stop.
heard that. Thank you.
Power stop.
I've had
Sometimes it's not a matter of what you want, but just a matter of what you can get.
Or afford.
Uh,
Because some of those
Yeah.
EBC brakes are insanely priced, especially
Yeah.
when you get into the higher grades of stuff pads.
yeah, and if we are talking about the rotors you can afford and get, there's a lot of websites for that there. That's why I'm asking for good
I've had
stuff.
really good luck with Power Stop. Most of the stuff I put on in the last couple brake changes have been Power Stop, and they're good quality, and the price is good. I haven't had any problems with anything I put on, and they're not super duper expensive.
Thanks. See, simple.
Oh,
Hey, why don't you seal it like a real piece of wood and keep it? Like a.
because he needs that. He's using it.
I'm going to cover them in epoxy.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Doug,
They
has
were
anybody ever
employed-
told you you're a space cadet?
A space cadet?
Space cadet.
Far out, man. And there's the other one. I made 2 of them.
Well, you need 2 for your tunnel cram, right?
I wish I could do the tunnel cram like David Freiberger did, where he put a 671 blower on top of a tunnel ram.
Well, you're getting a supercharger, aren't you? I just heard.
No, I found that on Marketplace, and I passed the link along to my friend, and then he sniped it. I'll tell you what, seriously speaking, for $1,000 and how close it was, if I had the money, I would be going to get it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Because
saying.
that's a
Like,
smoking deal.
I would love to have a supercharger, but I
Oh,
can't.
me
That's
too. I've had blower
outside
fever
my
for
fucking price
decades.
range.
Oh,
Oh, come on. You're going to find one in a ditch in a month, Dan. Don't give me that shit.
I see the tears of Doug. I feel that pain. When you see something, the real deal, and you cannot just pull the trigger.
How about you one up Freiberger? You take another tunnel ram, put it on top of that tunnel ram, and then put interlead injectors on the intake so that you have a double tunnel.
That's
You
actually
have, I can't
actually
even
would work.
Like,
Yeah, people
you
do
have
that.
intake.
That would work.
Oh, yeah, people do it all the time.
Oop.
I mean, so some people will just start stacking them. I mean, fucking.
Now that is a carburetor spacer.
Carol.
Hi,
Yeah.
Carol.
What's your car spacer? It's an intake upside down.
You can always put a blower on your blower. I've seen that too.
Yeah, but do they? I mean, they look impressive, but I mean, what are you gonna do? You can only put so much squeeze into an engine.
Well, no, do this. Do a dual turbos, a Paxton supercharger, and a Roots blower all together on one engine.
You know what
Take
I
it to-
never see? Something I never see is someone doing a blow-through application, blow-through carburetor, supercharged, on a tunnel ram. Never see it.
No, I don't
I'm
think I have
sure
either.
somebody has.
No,
I
don't
mean,
know if they have. I don't
we're
remember
so-
ever seeing one either.
I
somebody
have a
has
low
done
compression
everything.
413, Dan. What are you trying to say?
I'm saying somebody should do that because it'd be bitching.
Well,
Yeah, but
Doug
each
is getting
bank,
some
each
good
bank
ideas.
needs to have its own turbo. So you got one bank feeding one bank feeding the other. You might as well go
Yeah,
really silly.
That's what I'm saying.
Well,
Yeah.
I
I
just
mean,
That'd
think
be-
really, what we're talking about isn't really much different. If you were to look up a Detroit diesel 12V149, I mean, that's essentially what they're doing is running the thing off the exhaust right up into the turbos. That thing is a 12V149 is 12 cylinders, and each cylinder displaces 149 cubic inches. It's like 1,600 cubic inches of V12. It is a monster. It has 4 turbos on it that have 15-inch housings on it.
Oh.
This
That's-
thing's got some tilt, ladies and gentlemen.
that sounds stock and safe.
The engine is taller than you are, Juan.
Man, I'm almost 6 feet.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
You cannot, if I was to stand on the other side of the engine on the ground and you're on the other side, we can't see each other.
Yo.
No.
It's bigger
That
than
thing
Dan,
is
so.
huge.
hmm It's like having Tom and Dan together.
more bigger than that.
Mm.
Bigger
Yeah,
than
I'm
that.
just saying it's a two-stroke, needs a forced induction like the 8V92 Detroits.
Yeah, that has they have a supercharger, but they blow a turbo in on top of it. Yeah, I mean, it sounds impressive at first when you hear about turbos and superchargers on a Detroit. Wow, cool, all the horsepower. Well, he's right. The 2-cycle Detroit actually needs the blower to blow the exhaust out of the engine. Otherwise, it can't run. So it's not actually adding any horsepower. It's just making it able to exhale. And then the turbo blowing in on top of the supercharger housing, that's really interesting, is where you start getting your boost and making your power.
Oh, I suppose Carol is back in her home shop. She's not traveling anymore, so glad you made it
Welcome
back
home,
safe.
Jamie.
Yeah,
Nice.
no better place than home.
Yeah, no better place than home. Amen to that.
So seriously, does anybody have plans for Thanksgiving? I think Doug's gonna be making spacers. So
Spacing out, man.
I'm
At
gonna
least
eat
you
turkey.
spacers. I still got to drill them too.
Man, I have my mom here, and I'm a mama's boy, and I'm having a great time with her. So
Nice.
that's what I will be doing.
Wait,
Cooking
you
like
didn't drill them first, Doug? Sorry, Juan. You didn't drill them first, Doug?
Oh,
No, I
Oh.
don't have. See, the last pair that I made, I drilled by hand, and I drilled them at such a wrong angle because I just used my hand drill on the
Yeah.
bench, and I did such a terrible job that I can't use them. So this time, I'm actually going to go to my friend's shop and use his drill press and do it right the first time.
but
I was gonna say you put so much work into it. It would really suck to go drilling it and just have one of those ears break up.
Yeah, this
and
is true.
no.
Doug, drill presses are for quitters, Doug.
Yeah, Doug, do you really don't know how to grab a drill and be straight? I'm asking for real. I am not roasting you. For real.
I drilled them on such a strange angle that I can't use them. And
I have to show him how to.
I know. How do you think I got the hole in that thing? I started with a drill bit.
Okay.
Then
I
you
just want
cut
to
it
do.
out.
I just want to do the actual small holes precisely. And the other reason why I haven't done it is because I want to cover them in epoxy. And if I had the holes drilled, then the holes would be full of epoxy too, and I'd have to re-drill them. So my thought process is to cover them in epoxy, then last drill them.
Is the epoxy gonna hold up under heat?
Good.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not going to be on my tunnel ram, so it isn't going to be that hot.
Okay. Let me see.
Whoa, it's Juan.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm getting a drill demonstration.
Yeah.
Juan's got a drill. Juan's got a drill. Good Lord.
Ah!
This is not a drill. This is
So-
not a drill.
That's not even a drill. It's one of those baby impacts.
Yeah, but for example, if you hold the drill like this, I have big hands. What you
Right.
do to be straight, do this on your drill and use the trigger finger. That way, you will be always straight. That's the trick. See?
Oh,
Nothing complicated.
okay.
Seems straight to you?
No.
No.
Oh my god!
I mean,
I never
no.
thought of doing that before.
Or you could just, you'll be fine, Doug. There
You
was,
look
I
at it.
never.
I'm straight.
You could also, not what Juan is saying is probably working just fine. You can also get a drill guide. You can get drill bushing, so you drill straight if you're worried about it.
right.
It's just a plate you can hold and drill. Literally, they're called drill guides, and they'll have it, 10 sizes of a drill bit, and it's a guide so you don't screw them up. I had to do so many holes by hand. It was used to it. But there was a guy that was working with me when I was doing the military stuff. He drilled every freaking hole sideways, and I had to tap them and square the holes up with the tap because everything he put in was like this. That was fun.
Yeah.
Now,
Good times.
because the
Uh-oh.
other drill is pistol grip, so straight.
So, Doug, why didn't you just get a slightly larger drill bit and just drill the holes slightly bigger to fix them?
Because I wasn't really happy with the ones. They had a void in them. And this version that you see now are highly superior.
Oh,
Okay, hold on. Let's. Hey, Juan. Old McDonald wants to see you drill through the washer.
No, I won't. I won't.
Oh, come on, Juan. Use a really small drill bit. Use a starter hole. It'll be fine.
No,
Yeah. Wash your ventilation. It makes your clothes wash faster.
Look at this.
If you drill it right, Juan, you'll supercharge the washer.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Your the cleaning efficiency will go up by 10%.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
it will make
some needed
wash
ventilation, right?
faster.
Some needed ventilation. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they make drill guides. They make drill bushings too. Like if you ever do something where you have to be precise, you can actually get something called a drill bushing, and you can use that. Literally, it's harder than the drill bit, so it'll force the drill bit to go straight.
Okay.
If you get in a spot where you can't do something like she's talking about with a head, like if you're going to drill an exhaust port out, and you're worried about it, they make special things so you can drill stuff out with.
Just drill it, holding like I'm holding the drill, practice, and you should be getting it straight.
Speed holes. No, speed holes, Juan. You need speed holes in your washer.
Speed holes. That's
Speed
right.
holes.
High performance.
Yeah. So if you didn't know that trick, now everybody does. Hope it helps anyone. That's what we're here for. Hey, how you doing?
That's what I'm looking for.
Oh,
Who
we've been
wants to
Dean.
see the evolution of the carb spacer?
I do.
Okay.
Hey, old McDonald has an interesting idea. Hey, Doug, have you thought about using a plunge router and a small bit?
Don't use a router to make a hole. Come on. Don't.
Slimo saying, hey, Doug, a marine plywood shouldn't need epoxy oiled finish, lasts longer.
Well, I know
Oil them?
I know
Well,
that.
marine grade plywood is impregnated with other materials, so it's not supposed to rot. But
Speed
I don't
singularity.
know what they're talking about.
I don't think this is just This is just some plywood scrap that I had just laying around. I didn't buy marine grade. This is just, I ended up having, even in my finished version, you can hardly see it. This one? What's this one? I had some voids in it, and I ended up using large gauge toothpicks and stuffing them in the voids and then super gluing them into place, and then sanding everything smooth.
Dude,
But I
if
mean-
you're not afraid, just grab a pocket knife with the
See
tip.
the little,
Just,
the
It's
little,
not
hole?
digging up.
Little circle?
Done.
That's the
Yeah.
repair. One of them.
So I guess what we're trying to say is, Doug, go in the backyard and whittle them out of a tree. Just pick a tree and just start whittling.
What kind of epoxy are you using?
Yeah.
I haven't even got it yet. I'm gonna go to the hardware store, probably pick it up tomorrow. I want clear stuff. The epoxy that I have is like a good 3M brand, but when you mix it up, it's like a milky white, and then when it dries, it's also milky white. So I don't want that finished. on this. The
But
epoxy
also-
I want is clear.
Oh,
It's
I
going to
got-
give this a nice honey gold color.
The thing is, the epoxy could react if you don't sand the wood at a certain direction. You have to straighten up the sanding, and I don't think that's what you're going for. So, if that happens, that's just the epoxy reacting to the bad
Alright, hey,
sanding of
Doug.
the wood. Mm-hmm.
All right, Doug, I'm going to show you this stuff. We actually we used this stuff when I was at McLaren. You could actually make a transmission case out of this shit. It wouldn't run out. It's called Aeraldite. Aeraldite epoxy. You'd
What
have
is
to
it,
look
like
and find which
$100
one is
for a
which
bottle?
anymore.
Text
But it's
me
called
text me the
Aeraldite.
name of the product when after the live stream.
Yeah,
Makes
when I was
sense.
at McLaren, they would actually shape and repair things that they couldn't get replacements for on the
Mhm.
dynos and stuff. They'd actually make it out of that epoxy. You can actually almost machine the shit. Back
Cool.
then, you couldn't. We had a guy that was from England that was working there, and he'd have his family send it over because you couldn't get it in the U.S. back then. Now it looks like you can.
But
Well, I should have done that for my carburetor shit.
Yeah.
well, you didn't ask. Now you know. The thing is, 6%. You're saying using that to make a template for whatever was needed in the car.
No, they made a transmission case out of it. It blew a chunk out of it. They made the part of the case with that epoxy.
Whoa. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
serious stuff. So it's not only epoxy, it's structurally sound.
Like
Yeah.
you have to use it in a ventilated room, or you're going to see, like Jesus and some other things, and it's not going to be a pleasant outing.
You might even become living impaired.
Yes.
Well, that's basically like painting when you use that stuff. So yeah.
Oh no,
Yeah.
this is a whole nother level of woo.
Another level. Yo. Yeah.
So here's one of the last final versions of this is the one that I goofed. These two. That's one of the reasons why
Yeah.
I wanted to
Doug
remake
had a
it.
blowout.
Doug,
Doug had a blowout.
what drills you are using? To make the hole. What are you using?
I'm actually using high-speed steel.
Use something for wood and you start making the hole little, and then you start your way up. Or that is what you've been doing.
As Slimo says, Aeraldite sticks to shit to a blanket.
Wow.
Like
That's-
a blanket. Wow.
No, sticks to shit like a blanket.
Exactly.
I guess that's an Australian. I'm not sure on that one.
Yeah, very deep.
So this one actually turned out. This is another reject. We're going through the prototypes. This one is actually dimensionally pretty good, but it has this enormous void in it that I'm looking at the camera through right now.
Yeah, but I'm
that
seeing the
was-
holes and are way better on that piece, Doug. If you made that, you can do a straight.
No, these
hole.
ones aren't drilled.
Are
only
not
the
drilled.
Last two I showed you are drilled.
Yeah,
Doug, not for
But,
nothing, but
I
they
got
don't make
lied.
a phenolic spacer for that, or you just wanted to make your own thing.
Well, you see, what I wanted to do was get the right spacer, which I did find. Because after all these failed attempts, I walked away thinking that I'm just going to buy them. But for the love of Mike, the one that I wanted, the ones that I wanted, they were $100 each, so $200 for the carb spacers. And I don't even think I have $200 worth of my time tied up in these. So
Okay, here's a question for you, Doug. Do you own a carburetor spacer? Just any spacer?
no,
Okay. All right.
wait, yes,
Wait.
yes, I do.
Yes? You do.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, follow me here. Why don't you take that spacer, you put it on top of your wooden spacer, and use that pre-existing hole as a
Yep.
guide when you drill it?
That is a really good idea. Okay,
He could use a washer for that.
Dano, you rock, my guy.
Yeah, Dan literally
I
just
do.
took buy a drill guide and made a drill guide for you.
Yep.
Just clamp it together and drill.
He's exactly right. You can use that. I can use that as a drill guide. It's the right pattern. It'll be,
Right pattern.
yeah. Dude,
Mhm.
Dano, I know there's a reason why I talked to you.
Hey, there's not many, but there's at least one.
Well,
Well, actually,
when you first started talking about this, I'm like, so yeah, maybe I could put the spacer on top of my wooden spacer to get more plenum volume, but the reason why I'm not using I got cheapy Mr. Gasket ones from the O'Reillys. Well,
Hey,
the
that
problem
sounds like a good
is that
template to me.
my intake manifold opening and this opening aren't the same. So I actually would have to take those O'Reilly ones or the Mr. Gasket ones and bore them out. Well, guess what? They're hollow.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, they're just C channel and stuff like that. So whatever I would take out, then I would have just air.
Yeah.
A lot of interesting
Dan,
things in the comments.
Good idea.
Yeah. No, that's spot on there, Dan. You uninvented a drill guide and made one without even having to worry about it.
Yeah.
Free is good for me. And
Free
it's
is good for
probably
you.
good for him too.
So
This girl
this
saying use
one-
the Comtech gasket for carbs.
Yeah. That's a nice guy, but I wanted
Here's
to
my
encourage the
template.
guy to know how to
brand new
use drills.
gasket. Well,
So thanks, Dan.
I traced it 100 million times, but yeah, that's my pattern.
And there are people who just can't drill straight. It's nothing personal. It's just some people don't have that. That's just not in their wheelhouse. If you drill a million holes, you kind of know when you're going wrong.
In my defense, I thought I was.
You're not as straight as you thought, Doug.
So this particular one, once again, we're dimensionally exterior good, but someone, me, got a little too overzealous and cut way over the line. So this opening is way too big. So that's junk too.
Got a little too eager there, did we?
Yep.
Mhm.
So then I said, well, I got to start over. So we're going to make another one. So this is another one drilled out. See this? That's where I put my jigsaw in to start drilling out my holes and stuff. Well, then I noticed that the whole back side of this thing's all busted out. Well,
Yeah.
that's because I didn't have a backer board while I was drilling. So it's all the drill's punching through the
Yeah.
back side.
But you know
So-
what tells me those holes on the back when you were drilling that you were using force, and that is not good to when you want to drill straight. You just let the tool do the job. No, don't make force.
Ram
Don't
it
push.
through. Ram it through, Doug. Just ram that sumbitch through. Just.
Yeah, that's right. Don't
When you
even
start,
sit on
not
it. Just
drilling
put her
right
home,
unless
son.
Unless it's smoking, you're not using the drill bit right. You want that thing on
Yeah.
fire. You want that shit glowing.
Yeah, yeah,
So
You
this is-
wanted to fucking
yeah.
So this is the first one that I made, and I got the center cut out of it, and then I was trimming it up in my my chop saw, and I took the other side. I took this ear off of it.
Yeah.
See the difference?
Doug.
Start over. So
Have you considered using a hardwood instead of the plywood so you don't have the porousness of the material?
well, yeah, because
Many
but then
people
again,
have
I
said
didn't
that.
have that sitting around the shop either.
He
Yeah.
used
I
what
know.
he had. So
I don't know. I mean, seriously speaking, y'all, I think that turned out pretty damn good.
Hey, it looks nice to
Considering
me.
who made it.
but yeah,
Well, now I want you to polish that wood like you polish the intake. I want that wood to shine.
All right, you know what? I'm not far off. This already got 600 grit sanding. So don't think I won't.
No.
You know I can make aluminum shine.
Doug,
Put some
Doug.
wax on that shit. Get it all glossy. They can look like a bass boat's in between your carb
Doug.
and your
Hell
spacer.
yeah!
600 grit. Can you tell me your process of sanding that to 600 grit?
You start
Oh,
at lower
process?
grits and you work.
No,
your way-
Okay.
let him talk.
First
Let
I-
him talk. Uh-huh.
First I sanded it with 60 grit. Then I
Uh-huh.
sanded it with I want to say 300.
Yeah.
And then 2 something 3 like 325, and then I finished it with 600.
Yeah, I know that
It
happened.
feels amazing in your hands, guys.
Oh, Doug, next time from 60 go to 100, then go to 120. Go by half of the sanding. If you start at 40, what is half of 40 plus 40? 20.
Okay.
See, it's 60. And then
I'm
you step
usually
it
not
up.
a woodworker. I'm usually like polishing aluminum and stuff like that. So that's the only reason why I just threw some of what I had laying around.
Well, you did well with what you had. I'm just
Thank you.
what I mentioned is just to make life easier. But
Right
you
on.
said 600, 600, uh, 600 grid, and I'm like, no, something happened in the middle there.
Okay,
Right.
I got it.
I didn't begin with 600. I mean, I step up.
Yeah, you said it. No problem.
Hell,
You live and
I have
learn,
a
dude.
3,000 grit polishing cloth. That thing is magic, my guy. You should see it when I polish
Okay,
aluminum with that.
I got a video idea for you, Doug. So you know who Norm Abrams is, right? The Yankee woodworking guy on PBS.
Yeah, Nom.
So get a flannel shirt, bib overalls, and do a fake intro like that, and don't show what you're doing. We're gonna be making this custom thing, and just start making the carb spacer. And but you're Nom. I'm making a carb spacer for you.
Make it for the cob.
When I make the pens,
Now put that on your car.
On your
when I make
car.
On your
When I'm-
car.
with the cat. When I make the pens, I use micro mesh sanding pads. Goes up to like I think 8,000 grit or something.
Wow.
Yeah.
I thought
Yeah.
the 3,000 grit was
Lit-
pretty impressive.
Literally, they shine, just fucking glow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and depends also the brand of the sandpaper you're using. If you use the good
All right,
stuff,
Juan.
you
What
will
is
see it.
this? What
Sanding
is this,
disc.
Juan?
Sanding disc.
No, what is it,
Orbital
Juan? Come on, Juan. What is this?
I already told you. Or it's up because it doesn't seem like a polisher. But it's an
You
orbital
gotta,
sander.
come on, Juan. It does sand things, but it's not the same as a sander. It's not standard. Come on, Juan.
Orbital sander? That's what I'm saying.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Look at it
That's
thin, Juan.
Yeah, that's an orbital sander. Or a polisher too, could be.
No, it's a DA. It's for body work.
Yep.
But what is the difference between a DA and an orbital sander?
The way it actually moves, the way it works.
One.
Yeah.
If Scott, hold it up close to the camera and
It's
spin it.
rotating.
Watch its action. It's double axis.
Exactly.
It has two axes, Juan.
Yeah, it's rotating
doesn't-
and
it's
moving
in-
at the same time.
Right. It's sanding and
Come on.
moving at the same time.
That's the
so it
orbital
actually-
sander.
Yes, Juan, but it's not that simple. It actually does. It has two functions. You can also lock out the orbiting. You can make it just a regular
Right.
sander. It moves it so
Right.
you don't burn through the body. You don't burn
Oh.
up steel.
Right.
Oh,
That's why
okay.
you have the orbital. Otherwise, you just burn right through the paint.
Yeah, because
Hey,
that's
Juan.
so.
What about this one?
I know what that is, but not the name. That is just for panels, so you can do it straight. But I don't know the
block
name, man.
sander? Is that what it is?
Yeah,
Block
basically,
sander.
yeah.
Block sander, yeah.
Power block.
Yeah.
Actually, it's pneumatic. It's a power block sander.
Power block. Gotcha.
And what about this one?
Uh,
Come on, Juan.
Full screen
you make
yourself,
yourself
damn it! I
bigger?
can't see it.
I am just
Metal
chill out,
file?
Dan.
metal file. Metal file.
No, hey,
No.
this is the file of Jesus, Juan. It's holy.
What? It's a metal file. So.
It's a Bondo file.
Oh, it's just that that stuff is good,
See,
but
you
I
can
don't have.
you can stand on a car and you can make nachos. Stand on the
Yeah.
car, make
Well,
nachos.
Do you
Yes.
want to see my?
Fiberglass laden nachos. No, thank you.
Like
You
this
want
is what I
some
got.
Somebody got a pancake.
Hey,
Yeah.
you guys would laugh your asses off if I showed you my compressor rig. It is a pancake, Stanley Bostitch pancake air compressor, and then my little air tank that I carry to like air up tires around my property and stuff, that's piggybacked onto that. And I use it to, I've sanded cars with it. I've painted cars with it. I run my, I do all my port work with it.
6 gallon?
With my yeah, that I have a compressor the same size as yours.
You're crazy, dog. You see that
What I
for
got.
paint?
It's what I got. I'm making do with what I got.
Oh yeah,
No,
but
I got this stuff tonight from a guy here, the retired bodyman, because I needed those tools for the Honda, but I wasn't going to pay new prices for it. For as little as I'm doing, all
Hell
commercial stuff is fine.
what I'm trying to say, dog, is like you really did work a lot doing that. Wow. I don't even
now,
get to do that.
now, hold on. We got to acknowledge Dean's block saying you don't have to put on a red light.
Sand.
Hey, hi, Lauren.
Block sand.
And hi, Mrs. One Eye Cat.
Block sand.
But yeah, I know those tools, but I haven't used them personally. I wish,
You
but I
use
need
girl.
a bigger air compressor.
Oh, I for my birthday
those things suck up
Christmas,
power.
Lady Dougster is buying me a brand new 60-gallon air compressor.
Man, I think she didn't like seeing you with the pancake compressor painting. Man,
I'll tell you
can
what.
paint with that.
I thought by now that I would have already sent this thing to its maker, and it is showing no signs of letting up. I have run the living tar out of this thing in a year.
You said
2
Stanley.
years.
You said Stanley. The older stuff is lasting more. The one that I showed is oilless. That thing will blow up eventually.
Oh, it will eventually. It's a little sealed unit, but still, I've gotten a lot. If it falls down tomorrow, I won't have the least bit of remorse because I know it served me well.
Well,
that thing's run for an entire Saturday. I'm dead serious.
Yeah, a lot of condensation.
Oh, I've got a dryer. I have an inline dryer.
Oh yeah,
one.
but still,
well, I mean, my filter is a roll of toilet paper to give you an idea how big my air dryer is.
Yeah, but man, I don't.
Doug's
really
rocking
want to do it.
Hey, cheap toilet paper too. You don't want to throw the expensive stuff in there.
But yeah, but the 60-gallon compressor, what you're getting, if you know exactly what it is.
What is?
The 60-gallon compressor, if you know exactly.
Oh, I don't know. As a matter of fact, what we're going to do is she's decided that we'll go get it in the spring, and so she wants me to do my shopping. I'm looking at a DeWalt.
Look at the CFM and see the rating CFM on your tool, so you may have the continuous use.
Well,
so
I'd like to get something. I'd like to get something that's got dual stage compressor, fast recovery. You know, a little nicer, a serviceable compressor, something I can change the oil in.
Yeah, whether you believe it or not, the Huskies work really good. Shops buy the Husky ones, but get the best you can, of course.
A stopgap, if you have a smaller compressor. My friend Derek used to do it. Doug's super fan. He actually plumbed one of those. You know the Blitz, the little air tanks you can carry around with you to air up a car tire.
Yeah.
He would plumb that in as a secondary tank, so we would
That's
have
what I'm doing
another
now.
20, 30 gallons.
Yeah.
Right.
It's just that if you have a secondary tank, and for what I have, doctors have something else, but for what I have, that is like death for a pancake compressor like mine. The older stuff lasts way better and also gets air way better. I had a Sears Craftsman.
I have a friend of mine. He has 2 or 3 like big shop air compressors. He has an old DeVilbiss. No, it's a Curtis. He has an old Curtis air compressor that's a lay down style, and the tank is big enough to where a human could lay down inside of it. It's that big of a tank. It's 5
feet
long.
A 3-phase?
No, it's not. That one's not 3-phase. That one's a 220.
Okay.
He's got a big stand-up one that's blue, and that one's a 3-phase, a 483 phase.
Yeah, because the other stuff it was more 3-phase. That's why I'm asking. That's the good stuff, and those things don't die. They don't
Yeah,
die.
but who's going to have a phase inducer in their shop? I mean, then is
Well, I like to dream big. It doesn't harm. But look at you. You had a pancake compressor, and now you may be getting a 60-gallon. Woo,
yep.
that's the good stuff.
Yeah. No, I've
But this
got a
little
hand-me-down 30-gallon I traded a buddy, so I'm rocking that thing till it finally croaks.
Well, what
Not
you
no
have
compressor at all.
works. You have a 20-gallon, right, Scott?
I have a 30-gallon. It won't run like it's gonna have a hell of a time running some of these tools, because especially the sanders, they just burn air up like nobody's business.
So are you going to use whatever you upgrade your air system with, or are you going to use that tank in line?
I'm probably just gonna burn this thing up by another one when it comes to it, but I'll just have to do it in stages. Worst case.
If that thing
It might
burns
be a
up
little
and the
better.
tank's still good, I'll take it. I'll tie that in and make myself a 120-gallon system.
Super Doug.
Super,
No,
yes.
the nice thing about the DAs too, you can metal finish with them as well. So when I'm doing some stuff and I need to clean up stuff to weld with, I can get a nice finish on it before I go to weld stuff. So that's another advantage of having one.
Well, Doug, if you're gonna play games like that, take extended warranty for the new compressor. Man,
It's not playing games. It's really simple.
You're just filling another cylinder with air, and you're not doing anything funny.
Exactly.
Oh,
yeah, but
for my air pig with my pancake compressor, like my pancake compressor has 2 ports out for air. One port is going right to my air dryer. The other one all I did was I took a pipe union, and I got 2 male air fittings in it, and I just plugged that into the air fitting on the compressor, and then I just run an air hose on my air pig, and then onto that double male fitting, and voila, I have double the air capacity.
Man, you guys are something else. I don't even dare to do that, but okay. if it works,
Well,
you gotta live more exciting. You gotta live more excitingly, Juan. You gotta take
the biggest thing you can ever do to keep an air compressor alive longer is empty it of air when you're done with it in the end of the day. Never leave air in your tank, because air collects moisture and moisture rots out the tank. So the more follow-up you can do with keeping your tank empty when you're not using it, the longer the tank could last.
That's why I don't do any of what Doug is doing, but he's using it, so it's up to him.
No, he's not making a pressure vessel. Can't speak English.
No,
he's simply making a larger capacity storage system.
Yes.
That makes the compressor work less hard, because once it's filled it up once, it takes it twice as long to cycle through, so your motor's running half the time.
Right.
I will have to research on that. Just that.
And then with most of your stand-up air compressors, if you want to run one inside your shop, then most of an air compressor's noise is coming from the intake side of the air compressor. So if you actually make a baffle or a muffler that goes, you can actually use a car muffler too. I've seen it. I've also seen them use like a 5-gallon pail. But if you make a large muffler that goes over the air intake, then you actually can lower the compressor by 3 decibels, which is huge.
Yeah.
Now, what if you use a Flowmaster though? Can you get a nice pipe sound out of that thing? Like
I would definitely go with like a 5-chambered muffler. That would be a nice throaty, sound to my air compressor.
Anybody needs some mufflers? I got them.
Exactly. Put them on your air compressor, man.
No, go back. You got an air compressor right there.
Well, no, it doesn't rotate.
Science! Come on, Dan!
Dan, for science!
For science!
Well, I picked that thing up for science. I want to see what the hell's in there. I just noticed it's missing a spark plug.
Free. Science was a side thought.
Huh?
Are you guys
Pretty good,
surprised?
Dexter
You,
Steve
you know what?
Engineering.
You know what would
Wolverine
be
Steve
really great with
Engineering.
that, Doug?
Do what?
You know what would have really worked well with that? We stabilizing wood. The way they stabilize wood is they have the pressure pot. And they use what's called cactus juice. It's an epoxy, basically, and you put the wood inside the pressure pot, and you
Impregnate it.
pressurize it, and then
Impregnate it.
impregnates it, and then you bake it in the oven, and it hardens, and basically turns wood into epoxy all the way through. Like
Cactus juice.
Okay.
you can do all kinds of shit. Like you get rotten fucking wood, you impregnate it, epoxy it, turn it, make pens or vases out of it. It's really cool.
So you're almost petrifying it to not to the same extent, but you're almost petrifying it. You're
Yeah.
sealing it for all the pores up, I guess.
Yeah, literally it just epoxy running through every pore of like on a micro level.
I
That's
didn't
the only
realize
reason I'm
3
thinking some of the
decibels was
hardwoods.
50%.
Yeah, I would like when my uncle and I were starting. We're gonna make bows before he got sick, but some of the exotic hardwoods, they're dense as anything, and they don't machine funny. They're just super dense, so there's no pores in them.
Hmm.
Ironwood.
Plus, you can make your card spacers out of something like Coca-Cola, where it's like it looked like you had pistons in the carb. You could checker them and shit.
Yeah, Cocobolo is really pretty wood.
You guys
Cocobolo
are going
smells
mad
good too.
scientists here.
I had a piece of ironwood out in the wood pile, and I dulled up 3 saw blades trying to cut it, and sparks were flying off of the saw blades. I thought there was metal in it.
Ironwood is some strong shit.
Yeah, there's some really neat woods that you can get out of Africa. We had I had a really neat piece of yellow Cody and some other stuff that would have been a neat looking bow if I'd ever had a chance to make it. But yeah, there's some impressive wood.
You know what's really pretty wood?
Hey, Carol, take care. I think you saw that.
Curly maple. Curly maple's a beautiful wood.
What about Larry and Mo? Is there a Mo maple?
Hey,
Is that what happens so when you cut it, does it go woo, woo, woo?
Oh no.
Juniper. That's some pretty fucking wood when you turn it down.
Yes.
Oh,
Rhododendron
it smells great
is
too.
beautiful when it's turned
It's
down
very
also.
beautiful. Yeah. I got wood just fucking everywhere in my garage.
It seems.
I
Where
thought
do
I
you
was
get
gonna
it?
make pens
That's
again,
what
but
he said.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Dan's packing a lot of wood in the garage.
He's not handing it out. I don't want it. Oh no.
There used to be a guy that would come to some of the living history camps that I'd go to, and he actually had spoons made out of rhododendron, which is beautiful. Somebody would look at it and they're like, "Whoa, this is beautiful. What is it?" He says, "They're rhododendron." And then everyone knows rhododendrons are poisonous, so the flowers are.
yeah.
And so they instantly start putting it down. He goes, "Just the flowers are poisonous." They're like, "Oh," when they pick it up and then they buy it.
Yeah.
Dean, that's more of my taste. African rosewood, yeah.
There is a house that's actually, it's a mansion that's built in the town that I grew up in, and it was built by a lumber baron in the late I think it was around just at like the 1870s after the Civil War, and he built this 20-room mansion. It has 2 kitchens in the house, one in the middle of the house and one for like using to can in the summer. It's like a porch kitchen, if that makes sense.
Smart man.
Yeah, it's a hell of a house. Well, anyways, it has these 4 big pillars on the front of the house. Well, each room of the house is finished in a different kind of wood. And someone I know bought the house, and he actually got a wood person to come. Woodologist, yeah, or whatever you would call that. Yeah, to come figure out what's what And he went through all the rooms, took samples, and then or he looked at it and figured out. And he had an answer for him for like 18 out of 20 rooms.
And then he treated it all with
There was
Minwax,
2
and it's all
rooms
the
that he
same
couldn't
goddamn color.
identify what the wood was. So he says it's extinct or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he hit it all with Minwax, and it was all the same color.
I would I'd make pens out of old railroad ties.
Mhm.
People love that shit.
Oh yeah.
And you can still smell them like years after the fact. Once they've been turned, you can still smell the fucking whatever they put in that shit.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that creosote or whatever it is
Yeah.
they put on the.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well,
That
I've
shit
had
burns. When it's new, that stuff burns.
That's dark, Dean.
I've been given cedar plank that was 60 years old, and I used it on a project, and still smells like cedar when you cut into it.
Yeah.
Well, that's what happened when you use the real good stuff.
It'd be
Cedar
cool though.
is
'Cause-
actually naturally bug free.
well, yeah, it's
Yep, it's whatever's in cedar, bugs don't like.
So what you're saying is YouTube should be made out of cedar, so it'd be bug free.
Well, that's why old school houses had cedar closets.
Yep. Cedar
Keep the
chest.
bugs off the clothes.
Yeah,
Moths
also-
and whatnot.
Also,
Cedar
pine trees
clothes hangers too.
helps for
Yep, cedar coat.
mosquitoes.
Yep, cedar coat hangers. Yep.
But about
Oh, they make some nice ones too, don't they, Dan?
Oh yeah.
Oh, a house from the 1800s, you said, and it's now still up. It was really well made. It's
Oh,
not
that
like
house is-
today. Mhm.
Some people actually, it's really interesting the history of that place because the guy, the lumber baron who started that place, loved horses and he had a horse track, and so the barn is way on the back side of the property, and actually the barn is next to the track. So it doesn't make sense when you walk up to the house now because the track is no longer there.
Oh,
But it doesn't make any sense why the barn is just, way away from the house. It doesn't make any sense. But I seen a picture of it from back in the day where the horse track was still there, and then it makes sense. If you're on the track, you're just a hop, skip, and a jump away from the barn.
Mhm.
must be a beautiful house. I have seen people in
It is now.
Kentucky.
Some people with some serious, just like anything else, some serious money bought it up and they just made it beautiful. And what I really like is they're trying to stick to what it's supposed to look like. They haven't changed it in any way. So
Yeah.
I'd be cutting a big screen TV in that bitch. Fuck it.
No, no.
oh, I'm
no.
sure. I'm sure they have that, but I mean exterior wise.
Yeah.
Like if you were to take a picture of the house and hold it up and look at it from 1901 and then look at it now, other than a few differences, it's almost the same.
We got a couple
Wow.
houses over on our fairgrounds
Mhm.
that they moved to the fairgrounds. Really old houses. Fucking,
Yep.
but a guy goes there every year. He was born in the house. He's like fucking 90 years old now, and
That's
every year he goes to the fair and sits in his old house and tells people about it and how his mom used to do this over
That's
here. This is
awesome.
his room.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the house is well over 100 years old.
There is a college south of me in Kalamazoo, Western Michigan University, and they started in like the 20s, I want to say, and they built this or early 1900s. They built this one hell of a brick school back then, and they still used it all the way up until the late 90s, early 2000s, when the building just started falling in disrepair. Now it's actually gone. They stopped using it and it's been leveled, and now there's like other college things there. But I actually got to go around the outside and take a look at that old building when it was standing. That thing was majestic. Each window in the school, it's a 2-story school, and each window was 8 feet tall and 5 feet
Wow.
wide. It was
The
they were
good
just
stuff.
huge.
The good
Oh.
stuff. There are houses like that in Tennessee, not with windows like that, but they, instead of putting whatever material was it, it was like squares, maybe 8 by 8 inches
Mm.
of wood. And there are people that have bought them for cheap, and they're like, I want to fix this and keep it as it is. I don't think it's like the level of what you said, that the guy had like 20 rooms with 20 different type of woods. Like that's awesome. But I know some people that use cherry wood that you look at it and you're like,
Jerry is
they didn't
beautiful.
buy. Yeah, but you see the quality, you know he didn't bought it in any place, nor treat it, pay someone like a Hondo to make it look
I,
good. You know, it's
I
something
gotta say
that
too,
cannot be
though,
replaced. Mm-hmm.
that cherry burns real good in a furnace. That good hardwood, good coal bed there, guy.
I want to build
But
a
yeah,
log cabin. I think that'd be sweet. Have a
Okay,
log
so
cabin.
if
You just-
you are going to build a log cabin, Dan, you have to have your property. Then you have to go source your logs. Now, all your logs have to be relatively in the same size. Then you fall all your logs, and then
You
you
let 'em
limb
sit.
them off, and then
Yeah.
you leave them in a pile for 3 years. And then you come
debark
back
'em.
to your log pile. Then you begin to start building your cabin.
You know, that's cute and all, but he just wants a house to match his handgun and his knife.
Hey, log cabins are cool, all right?
I know the man who I would basically call him like a doctor of log cabins. He actually goes all across the nation and fixes log cabins. Like you have an old log cabin and the first 3 logs on the bottom layer are all rotten and need to be replaced. He will come to your house, dismantle it, fix it, and put it all back together. That's
yeah,
what he does for a living.
that's not for everyone.
It's not for
Definitely.
everyone. His house, I call the Log Mahal. It's amazing.
The guy likes wood.
Log cabins.
Yeah,
Big old
it's the biggest log
fireplace in the
cabin I've
back.
ever seen.
Yeah,
And
there's
all
a
outbuildings, the garage, everything is done correct. And then you got to ask yourself, Dan, how are you going to put it together? Are you just going to do it Lincoln log style and have to put a big chink, the filling in between the two? Or are you going to put a bevel cut on each one so they look more like a letter C stacked up on top of a letter C?
Well, you
Or
put a bevel cut in each one,
put a
and
bevel
then
cut in
you
each one.
go and you seal the
Right.
the in
That's
between.
what chinking is.
Yeah.
I think what Danny's saying is like,
Then you build a
Tom-
big giant fireplace in the back.
I
You build
think
a big giant fireplace in the middle of it.
I
Keep
think
the
you're gonna
center of
hire
it.
Tom to do that.
No, right on the back of it.
No,
Big
because
old
your
log
heat's sitting,
fireplace.
then all the heat is from. I mean, how big is your cabin going to be?
Probably the size of my garage.
So 10 by
20 by
20?
20?
No. This is what, 16 by 20?
Okay.
16 by
Tell
24.
us.
You still want it in the middle. You'd still want to have it right in the middle if you're doing a traditional house.
Right.
Well, they
Warm the
traditionally put
center,
them on the
warm-
backside.
Yeah, but think of this. You have all that heat that you're releasing to the outside. Because if you're gonna have your fireplace in the middle and a nice big stone chimney on top of that, all the wood that you're pumping through that baby's gonna warm up all that chimney also. And then you're also going to have, even after the fire has burned out, you're gonna have radiant heat from your chimney warming the whole cabin.
But it's not as aesthetically pleasing to the eye having it in the middle.
If it's done right, it'd be very aesthetically pleasing.
If it's done.
I have a vision of what I
Right.
want.
Okay, I
want-
understand. I'm just making suggestions. That's all.
No, hey,
I'm not here to
Doug,
harp your mellow, brah.
Doug,
Come on
he doesn't want it in the
You're
middle
dashing
because
my
that's where
hopes
the
and
Mustang
dreams.
goes. The Mustang goes in the middle of the cabin, so you can't fuck that sway up.
Oh, okay, that's right. That's right.
Well, if you put something right in the goddamn middle, then you got to walk around the son of a bitch all the time. I want a nice open layout.
Okay.
Yeah, because no
I
one
might,
wants to walk
put my
around
car
crazy.
in there. You never know.
Yeah. He wants to have a drive-in movie theater. He wants to bring the car in, have the big screen, eat popcorn in the car. It's an aesthetic he's going for.
Big old fireplace.
Yeah.
You build
Big
the
old
fireplace
fireplace.
out of wooden logs too, and then you line the inside with that clay, whatever.
Like my
fucking shit.
friend Terry Avery, he's got a log cabin on his property, and the fireplace is big enough, and I've seen them do it. They put a deer on a spit in the fireplace.
I knew
that's
that
the
was
si-
coming.
That's the size I'm talking about. Basically,
Yes.
the whole back wall is just big fire.
There's a big double window really close to the fireplace. It opens up, and I mean it's 5 foot wide when both the windows are open. And then we just start passing literal logs into the fireplace, 5 foot
Nice.
logs. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that
the
place
only
is
down
so
is a good
cool.
point. You can use half of it to heat the house, half of it to cook if it's in the middle.
Yes,
Well, I mean, it's going to heat the house regardless if you're using it to cook.
right.
No,
But you're
but
getting-
see, you'd have two clean environments. You'd have an environment where you're burning wood, an environment where you can cook. So you're not
Mhm.
intermingling.
You have your so
Mingling
you
is
have
the
your
whole
bricked
part
in
of the
fireplace
experience.
on one end of your cabin, so you're pumping all that wood through it, and then yes, you're getting some of that residual heat that from the stone radiating into your house, but also you have all that heat on the backside that's just being vented to atmosphere that you're not even getting to use.
No stone. This is a log cabin. We're not using stone here.
Then
Hey,
how are you
stone
going?
looks
So you're going to build.
good.
So you're going to build a
You-
fireplace with a
You build the fireplace off the back of the log cabin out of logs. Okay, it starts out big, gets narrower as it gets to the top,
tapers.
and
Yes.
then you line the inside of it with a clay hay mixture.
Yes.
You line the whole inside, and
Yep.
then you bake it. You
Yep.
bake it and
With
you
a
solidify
fire.
it.
Yeah.
Just like
That's what Terry's is.
Dan wants
to
whatever.
self-immolating log house. Just you light it all on fire and just hang out.
No, I know what he's talking about. He lines it with clay.
I know, but I'm trying to make a shitty
Then
joke,
you
so.
actually
in
cook the clay.
You're basically making a giant earthen oven just
Yeah.
up a chimney.
Yeah,
You're making it Adobe. You're making it out of Adobe. That's cool.
Yeah, I think Dan's
Essentially.
gonna buy another house. I think he's describing another house at this point.
No,
No,
you
I'm
can make
not
it. He
buying
can make his
building.
cabin in his backyard. He's got enough space.
Yeah,
I got enough space.
yeah.
And then
I don't
you
even
could
need to
start
build on my
drinking
lot.
bottled beer, Dan, and then you could
What?
save all of your glass bottles. And then you could start making cement walls and then laying your
Oh,
glass
no.
bottles inside the wall. So just the 2 inches of the bottom of the bottle are exposed and 2 inches of the front of the bottle are exposed. And then you could use that as an insulation wall. And it looks cool when the light shines through it.
No, cement needs a good insulation.
Nah,
Insulator too.
not my.
Well,
Not my.
you're already drinking the beer, so you've already got the the Miller Lite bottle laying around. Now you can use it
Miller
for something
Lite.
else.
No, he has Bud Light probably.
No.
Dan is into stuff like wine coolers and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's probably Zima in Dan's hand right now.
Ooh, Zima and Jolly Ranchers. Dano,
Well,
did
it's
you
one of
do
them guys.
did you do 3 fingers of whiskey? Just whiskey in a glass?
Can I drink just 3 fingers of whiskey?
And actually enjoy it?
Oh no, I don't enjoy it. Fuck
You
that.
don't enjoy it? Okay. I can.
No. But I can get shit-faced drunk, and if I'm drinking hard liquor, that is the goal. So,
Oh,
I mean, if I'm gonna drink liquor, there's a fucking reason. It's not to enjoy myself. It's to escape my own reality.
Wow. I used to drink like that.
wow, no.
I'm glad I stopped.
I mean, I don't do it very often though. It's
Yeah.
like ever. That's
All right,
why I
boys.
stick to my Mike's lemonade.
That's a good way to end up the stream.
It's 11, guys. So I think it's time to end. Hey, Doug, can you hold on for just a second?
You got it.
But I think it's time to end, everybody. So thank you all for watching again, and we'll see you next week. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. Have a
God
good
bless
holiday.
you all.
Happy holiday.